Now, I don't know if you've ever shopped online for a Sport-Brella sunshade before, but there are a few different variations you can choose from. So in this beach gear guy review video, I'll be comparing the Sport-Brella XL, which I bought 3 years ago on Amazon for $55, with the newer Sport-Brella Premiere XL, which I bought earlier this year for $65. I'll also show you the Sport-Brella sunshade that I wouldn't recommend you buy, and I'll show you one of the most popular sunshades on Amazon. Now, the Sport-Brella XL has been around for over 10 years. I've been using it as a beach shade for the past 3 years, and I actually reviewed it in a video last year. Then in early 2020, Sport-Brella introduced a Sport-Brella Premiere XL. So I thought I'd better get with the times and check it out. Unfortunately, the first one I got from Amazon was DOA. Damaged on arrival. The plastic top, which basically holds the whole canopy in place, was busted off. So setting it up was nearly impossible. And on top of all that, it also had a little tear in the material. Thankfully, the second one they sent me was packed properly in the box and was A-OK. Now, both of these sunshades open up the same way. You first want to hold it up and then slide the runner up the center pole until it clicks into place, just as you would a regular umbrella. Sometimes the ribs do get crossed and twisted up when it's folded up, so you may have to give it a little bit of a shake to free them up. Once it's open, you'll need to place the sunshade on the beach so the red button right here is facing up, so it's nice and centered. Now, the lower pole of the Sport-Brella is already attached to the main pole, so all you have to do is just pull it out and then secure it with the lever. The lower pole of the Premiere XL is not attached, so you'll need to slide it into the main pole until it stops and then secure it. By the way, if you're finding this video helpful so far, please give it a thumbs up. Now, to help keep these Sport-Brellas from flying away down the beach, both of these Sport-Brella sunshades have 6 takedown points, which run along the outer canopy. The Sport-Brella XL has these metal grommets that corrode and rust like crazy. So I was happy to see that they improved the Premiere XL by giving it these stake loops. Now, 4 standard ground stakes are provided with both of these sunshades, which are pretty useless in the sand. Both of these Sport-Brellas also come with these 4 heavy-duty stakes, which do work better in the sand. I just wish they provided 6 of these stakes for each of the stake down points. Each beach tent also has a storage pocket on each flap, which I occasionally fill up with sand just to help keep it anchored down. And if it really gets windy, there are also anchor cords that can be attached to these D-rings. But if you're already using the heavy-duty stakes on the stake down points, you're going to need to bring some more stakes to support the guy lines. Both of these Sport-Brella sunshades are also made with the same 210D polyester. They also have 2 mesh windows that can be zipped right up. They both have these eye protective tips on the ends of the ribs, which is a thoughtful feature. And they're both 9 feet long in the front, so they're pretty roomy. There's plenty of room for 2 adults to sit under it on beach chairs, and even 3 adults, although the guy in the middle may get an obstructed view. Now, the biggest difference between these 2 sunshades is that the Sport-Brella XL has air vents on top and the Sport-Brella Premiere XL does not. So you're not going to get as much airflow when you're sitting under the Premiere XL. But on the flip side, when it rains or when someone hoses it down, the moisture won't get through at all, so you should stay nice and dry underneath it. When I hosed down the Sport-Brella XL, you can see that some of the water did get through the top air vents, which can be a bummer. Now, in my previous Sport-Brella XL review video, I did manage to set up the XL in 15-mile-per-hour winds using my orange screws to anchor it down, and I'm happy to report it all turned out okay. Now, according to the instructions, which you should always read, it is not recommended that the Sport-Brella be set up in extreme wind conditions. So please don't do what I'm doing here. But I did want to show you how the Sport-Brella Premiere XL would hold up on a breezy day at the beach. So I set it up when the winds were blowing around 10 miles per hour. Now, as I do this, I just wanted to thank you for hitting that like button. And thanks again for subscribing to my Beach Gear Guide channel. Now, once I got the Premiere XL completely anchored down, it stayed down and it didn't blow apart. So I got to kick back and enjoy some shade. Now, both of these Sport-Brella sunshades can be set up as traditional beach umbrellas. Overall, I thought the Sport-Brella XL was okay, but I did need to use a beach umbrella anchor to keep it upright. And once it was up, I did find it to be a bit top-heavy. Between the two sunshades, the Sport-Brella Premiere XL is a better beach tent and beach umbrella hybrid. First of all, you probably noticed it has an ugger at the end of the lower extension pole, which can be twisted into the beach using the removable handle. Another great feature is that the side flaps can be raised up over the top canopy and clipped right to the top. Now you may have already noticed that when these two Sport-Brellas are upright, they're shaped like giant rain umbrellas. And when you think about it, that's exactly what they are. This really becomes noticeable when they're set up next to a regular beach umbrella. Now, don't worry, you're not seeing double, and the 50-foot woman did not lose her bikini top. I actually bought another Sport-Brella Premiere XL, clipped up a flap on each one, and then put them side by side to double up the shade. This is referred to as the team configuration, and I think it's really cool because you can easily provide shade for 6 adults on beach chairs. Now, the Sport-Brella product that I wouldn't recommend you buy is this troublemaker right here, the Sport-Brella Ultra. I've actually used 3 of these sunshades, and all 3 of them had issues. The first Sport-Brella Ultra was all messed up right from the get-go, so I went to Walmart to exchange it for another one. My experience with the second Sport-Brella Ultra started off okay, and I actually managed to set it up like a traditional beach umbrella. But when I used it a few days later, one of the stretchers started to misbehave, so I went back to Walmart and got another one. This time I handled it with kid gloves. But when I set it up for this comparison shot, well, I started to run into the same trouble with one of the stretchers. So sorry, Sport-Brella Ultra. 3 strikes, and you're out. Now, if you're flying solo and you're looking for something that's a bit more portable, say hello to my Sport-Brella Versa-Brella. It's 33.5 inches long, so it's just as portable as many rain umbrellas. This heavy-duty clamp at the base can attach to both round and square surfaces that are up to 1.5 inches wide, so you'll be able to clamp it on to most beach chairs and beach carts. The Versa-Brella can be adjusted at the base using these 2 push-button hinges on the clamp. The center of the umbrella can be adjusted with another push-button hinge, and the top of the umbrella can swivel 360 degrees. So basically, you can adjust this sunshade any way you want. Now, as of me speaking into this microphone right now, the Sport-Brella Versa-Brella is the #1 bestseller in the camping sun shelter category on Amazon, with the Sport-Brella Premiere XL as the #2 bestseller and the Sun Ninja Beach Tent as the 3rd bestseller. Now, after using the Versa-Brella at the beach several times, my only complaint is that sometimes the clamp has trouble supporting the weight of the shade. But beyond that, I personally think that the Versa-Brella is a good value for the $20 I paid for it, and it's definitely an upgrade from using this guy. Now, if you're looking for a beach tent that's a bit bigger, check out my Nesso Gigante review video. And until next time, I hope you take it easy at the beach.